Well, let's move now to Wall Street, where U.S. stock index futures pointed toward lower open today as traders eye economic data and digest comments on global trade. Finance ministers and central bank governors of the G20 failed to agree on a joint communication that supported free and open trade. The Dow Jones is down 0.1% at 20,843 points, and the S&P is at 2,371 points, and the Nasdaq is down 0.07% at 5,404.5 points. Asian equities were mixed on Monday as investors mulled headlines out of the G20 finance ministers meeting in Germany at the weekend and China Development Forum over the next 2 days. Well, finance ministers from 20 of the world's biggest economies held a 2-day meeting and warned against competitive devaluations and disorderly FX markets, but failed to agree on keeping global trade free and open. Down under, the ASX 200 closed down 0.36% or 20.7 points at 5,778.9. Australian retailers were under pressure on Monday due to fears of Amazon potentially launching its service in the country this year, and that's according to analysts. South Korea's Kospi finished 0.35% at 2,157.01. Earlier, we saw official data showing that South Korea's February producer prices rose at its fastest pace in over 5 years, with the producer price index up at 4.2% compared to January's 3.9%. Away from those numbers now, despite having 1 million hectares of arable land suited for coconut farming, Nigeria is yet to produce enough coconuts to meet local demand, which has forced traders to rely on their West African markets. With the government drive to boost the agriculture sector, traders and processors are calling for more investment and support for farmers to help boost coconut production at home.
Located in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, Green Sprout Industries is one of the many startups that are positioning themselves to benefit from a boost in the country's agriculture sector. Started in 2016 by two friends who saw an opportunity to supply fresh coconut water, the company targets clients in Lagos, Port Harcourt and Abuja. Once extracted from the green coconuts, the water is manually distilled, no additives or preservatives are added. Aigbogun is the co-founder of Green Sprout. She says there's a huge market for coconuts that is yet to be tapped.
In the last 2 years or so, we've seen this upsurge in coconut byproducts. We've seen coconut oils everywhere. We've seen people make soaps from coconut oils as well. And then we are seeing, like us, coconut water coming to the market. So I think that it definitely will grow. You're already seeing that initial ramping up that's taking place. That's only going to grow. But we have to make sure that we have enough coconuts in Nigeria to meet the demand that's out there.
Coconuts are versatile fruits used for their water, flesh and husk in various industries like food and cosmetics. The coconut water is later bottled and frozen before distribution. Coconut water is rich in potassium and is an effective rehydration drink. They are grown in the country's coastal areas, but Nigeria is yet to significantly invest in the business. Jibrila Desai is an agricultural analyst based in Lagos.
Between $1 billion and about $2.5 billion is what's missing, or what exists that we can tap into, which we are not tapping into because the market is very huge. I've just told you of the copra, the coconut oil, coconut milk, the coconut meat itself, the husks and all of that, which can also be exported, which we are not tapping into. So the net worth again is, you could say, anywhere between $1 billion and $2.5 billion.
Nigeria's government is now working in reinvigorating an agriculture sector that in the 1960s was the top source of employment and was once the biggest contributor to the GDP. Meanwhile, coconut traders have to rely on supply from other West African countries like Ghana and Benin. Coconuts are mostly grown by small-scale farmers in the country. The government says it's working on plans to distribute hybrid seeds to farmers that can yield fruit in less than 4 years.
Away from Nigeria to Egypt, where the finance minister Ariel El-Grahi has announced that his country is expecting foreign direct investment to increase to $13 to $15 billion in the 2017-2018 fiscal year after a currency flotation in November revived foreign interest. Mr. Grahi told Reuters news agency that Egypt's 2017-2018 budget would assume an oil price of $50 to $57 per barrel. Egypt's budget deficit during the first half of 2016-2017 fiscal year, which ends in June 2017, was 5.4% of gross domestic product, and that was down from 6.4% in the same period last year. And some $3.5 billion in foreign investment has flowed into Egyptian treasury bills and bonds since the currency was floated in November. Business Incorporated continues in a moment. Please stay with us.